Hold your wallet in your hands right now. Feel its weight, feel its emptiness or its fullness. Neither matters, for in this moment, it becomes more than leather and stitching. It becomes a vessel, a sacred container for divine supply. Speak this blessing with me, and as you do, feel the unseen rivers of wealth begin to move toward you. They have always been there, currents of provision that do not dry up, hidden beneath the surface of your days. Now, in this moment, you are giving them permission to rise, to flow, to gather speed as they make their way to you. Imagine a golden light wrapping around your hands, warm and alive, flowing like honey through your fingers. It is thick with promise, heavy with blessings, waiting to be claimed. In that light, every need is met, every debt dissolved, every dream funded. The air is charged with possibility. You can almost hear the hum of it, the quiet music of doors unlocking, of resources rearranging themselves to reach you. Your words, when spoken with faith, are not mere sounds. They are vibrations, keys that unlock the invisible vaults of creation. They are the language the universe understands, the call it cannot ignore. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that the tongue holds the power to call forth or shut out our good. She understood the invisible mechanics that every word is a seed, and the subconscious mind is the soil. What you plant with conviction, you harvest in due season. Not because you force it, but because spiritual law is as precise as gravity. And just like gravity, it is always in operation, whether you believe it or not. This is why careless words scatter weeds into the garden of your life, while intentional words plant orchards that bear fruit for years to come. Right now, you and I are standing at a threshold. Behind you is the life you have known, filled with its financial highs and lows, moments of ease and moments of lack. You can feel the weight of those experiences like stones in your pockets. Ahead of you is a life shaped not by fear, but by your conscious command of the spoken word. That is the journey we begin today. Not a journey through miles or maps, but a journey through vibration, through alignment, through the inner corridors of your own being, where all change begins. So breathe deeply, let the breath remind you that abundance is as natural as the air you take in. You do not fight for air, you do not doubt it will be there for your next inhale. So too should it be with supply. Release the tightness in your shoulders, the tension in your jaw, the knot in your chest. These are the locks that keep the gates of your prosperity closed. The law of non-resistance says, what you resist, persists. What you soften into, you allow. As you let go of worry, you create space for supply to rush in. Imagine your body as a great riverbed. When the stones of fear are removed, the current can finally flow. See in your mind's eye a vast field. You stand at its edge, and every blade of grass is a channel of divine provision. Some channels are already flowing toward you: salary, gifts, opportunities. Others lie dormant, waiting for the sound of your voice to awaken them. When you speak in faith, those dormant channels rise and join the river. The flow becomes stronger, wider, unstoppable. You do not have to chase it, for rivers do not run after you. They move toward the ocean, and you, in this moment, are the ocean calling them home. Right now, your wallet is no longer an object. It is a symbol. It represents every way that money moves through your life. Bless it, and you bless the path it travels to reach you. Bless it, and you infuse every future transaction with grace. Curse it with fear or frustration, and you choke the very river you are asking to flow. You would not slam the door on a welcome guest and then wonder why they did not return. In the same way, your words either welcome abundance or turn it away. So speak softly within. I am the open door for divine abundance. Every word I speak plants new seeds of prosperity. My wallet is always full. My supply is constant. My channels are overflowing. Feel those words take root in you. They are not begging. They are not wishing. They are declarations, statements of truth from one who knows their place in the divine order. See those words as living things, taking shape in the unseen, arranging themselves as opportunities, as checks in the mail, as sudden ideas that lead to increase. Stay with me until the end, because there is a sacred declaration I will give you that will not only open these channels but seal them, so that no lack can drain them again. Imagine that final declaration like the setting of a great seal upon a letter. Once stamped, it cannot be opened by the wrong hands. This is more than inspiration. It is activation. The moment you speak that final declaration, you will have shifted something in the unseen, something that will continue to unfold in the seen. you will walk differently, speak differently, expect differently, because your inner climate has changed. But before we speak the words, you must first understand the divine law that makes them work. For without understanding, the words are like seeds cast upon rocky ground. But with understanding, they are planted in fertile soil, watered by faith, and brought into harvest by the unshakable precision of spiritual law. The universe is exact, it is not random. It moves by laws as sure as the sunrise and as constant as the ocean's pull. And one of these laws, perhaps the most overlooked when it comes to money, is the law of substitution combined with the sacred power of words. Your mind cannot hold lack and abundance at the same time, just as light and darkness cannot occupy the same space. Thoughts of shortage cannot breathe in the same air as thoughts of plenty. The moment you speak words of faith, you are replacing the vibration of fear with the frequency of supply. One cancels the other. This is not poetic theory, it is metaphysical mechanics. The mind is like a room. Whatever furniture you place inside will define the way you live within it. If you fill it with the heavy, jagged tables of worry, there will be no space for the soft couches of peace. But the law of substitution says, replace the object, and the atmosphere changes. Replace the words of fear with words of power, and your reality shifts. Florence Scovel Shinn knew this. She would guide her students to speak life into what they desired, not to force it into being, but to make space for it. She understood that your words are not casual. They are the architect's blueprint. Each syllable draws unseen lines on the canvas of your life. Your conversations, your inner mutterings, your whispered prayers, they are sketches in the invisible, and the invisible always becomes visible. Close your eyes for a moment and picture it. You are standing in a quiet studio. In front of you is a vast blank sheet, pure and untouched. In your hand is the pen of your tongue. Each word you speak becomes a line. At first, the lines are simple. I am provided for. I am safe. I am worthy of receiving. But as you keep speaking, your sketch takes form. You see streams appearing delicate at first, then flowing stronger. They become golden rivers, winding through the design, touching every area of your life: home, relationships, work, health. Each river is a channel of divine provision, and they all spring from the blueprint you are creating right now. But here's the truth. Most people miss. Before you can design abundance, you must clear the clutter of lack. You cannot sketch gold rivers over a canvas already scribbled with "I can't," "I never have enough," "it's too hard." You must erase those lines, and the fastest way to erase is to replace. So we begin with a clearing phrase, simple but potent invocation to sweep the mind clean. I release every thought of lack now. Say it slowly. Feel each word sweep through your mind like a fresh wind through a dusty room. I release. You are letting go, unclenching your fist. Every thought of lack, not some, not most, but all of them. Now, not someday, not when it feels safe, but in this exact breath. Repeat it again. This is the law of substitution. In action, the moment you speak it, you have already shifted the furniture in your mental room. Where there was fear, there is now space, and space is where abundance enters. Understand this: the power of words is not simply about positive thinking. It is about commanding energy with the authority you were born with. Your subconscious mind accepts whatever you impress upon it. It does not argue. It does not question. If you tell it, "I am broke," it will arrange your actions, your perceptions, and even your opportunities to match that truth. If you tell it, "I am richly supplied," it will do the same, but in the direction of wealth. And it is here that the law of substitution becomes your ally. You do not try to fight the negative thought head-on, you replace it. If fear says, "What if I can't pay my bills?" you do not argue with fear. You simply speak a different sentence. My every need is met in divine order. Just like light automatically replaces darkness, truth replaces the lie of lack. But there is another layer, one that often goes unseen. Many carry an emotional block that acts like a dam in the river of their supply. This block is not in their wallet. It is not in the economy. It is in the quiet chambers of their heart. It is shame. It is the silent belief that they are not worthy to have more. It is the memory of being told money doesn't grow on trees, or you should be grateful for what you have. These phrases, repeated often enough, become invisible walls that stop the flow no matter how many affirmations are spoken. This is why your words must not only replace fear but also dissolve these hidden emotional structures. When you say, "I release every thought of lack now," you are not only clearing mental clutter, you are telling those old beliefs they no longer have authority here. You are reclaiming the room, Imagine again the architect in the golden lit studio. The old blueprint full of shortage and limitation lies crumpled in the corner. You are sketching a new one. As you draw, the rivers grow wider. They connect with streams that were always there but blocked. Now they run freely, opportunities you didn't see before, doors you didn't know existed, ideas that seemed to arrive out of nowhere, but they were always in the divine design. You simply spoke them into form. Let this truth anchor deep into you. The law of substitution and the power of words are not separate forces, they are partners in creation. Substitution clears the space, words fill the space, and once the space is filled with truth, the outer world will mirror it without fail. So before we move into the next phase of this journey, speak it once more with me. I release every thought of lack now. Feel the weight drop from your chest. Feel the rivers begin to move. This is not imagination. This is activation. And as you hold this new mental space, we will go deeper into the very core of what stops the flow for most people, and how you can dissolve it for good. There is a silence inside you that has been shaping your life. It is not the peaceful silence of meditation. It is the heavy, unspoken quiet of beliefs you did not choose, but have been carrying for years. These beliefs live in the shadows of your subconscious. They whisper doubts you no longer notice, because they have been with you so long. They feel like truth. You may not have realized it, but you have been living with a sacred gate inside your spirit. Once that gate was open, you came into this life with your arms outstretched, trusting that the universe would meet your needs. But over time, doubt crept in like slow rust. Fear hardened the hinges. Self-denial built bars where there was once open space. You see, many people carry guilt about wanting money at all. Somewhere along the way, they were told that desire is greed, that ambition is arrogance, that asking for more is selfish. This guilt is a weight on the gate, keeping it from swinging open, and as long as it stays closed, prosperity cannot enter. No matter how hard you work or how much you hope, others live with the quiet terror of asking for too much. They fear that life is a stingy host, and that asking for abundance will invite punishment or disappointment. So they keep their requests small, modest, reasonable, but spiritual. Law does not reward smallness. It responds to clarity, conviction, and the courage to claim your birthright. And then there is the most common block of all, the belief that scarcity is simply the way life is. You may have inherited this belief from family, from culture, from generations who struggled to survive. It becomes a story, told over and over, until it writes itself into your nervous system. And when that story plays, it is like a lock clicking into place on that sacred gate. Today, I am holding up a mirror for you. I am asking you to look, truly look, at what has been living there, not to shame yourself, but to finally see the pattern, so you can end it. The gate may be rusted, but rust can be dissolved. Hinges can be oiled. A door can be opened. Take a breath, and let this question drop into your heart. What story have I been repeating about money that no longer serves me? Do not rush to answer. Let the question echo. Let it pull the truth from the corners of your memory. This is not about the surface thoughts you have when you look at your bank balance. This is about the deep-rooted scripts that run beneath your conscious awareness. Maybe your story has been, money is hard to keep, or, I am always just getting by, or, people like me never get ahead. These stories are not facts. They are spells you have been casting without realizing it, and the law of substitution tells us that no two opposing thoughts can occupy the same space in your mind. You cannot hold lack and abundance at the same time. One will always push the other out. This is why awareness is your first act of liberation. You cannot replace a thought you have not named, but once you name it, you can speak a new one into being. You can oil the hinges of the gate with words of truth, and watch the sunlight begin to seep through. Picture that sacred gate in your mind now. See the dark iron, the patches of rust, the way it has been standing still for so long. See your hand reaching out, touching the cold surface. Feel the weight of all the years you have believed you had to live outside of it. And now watch as your hand begins to glow with a warm, golden light. That light is awareness. That light is truth. That light is your decision to stop telling the old story. The rust begins to soften. The metal warms under your touch. Slowly, the gate creaks, moves, and opens just enough for a shaft of sunlight to pour through. That light is your new belief taking root. You may not see the full garden beyond the gate yet, but the path is now visible, and that is enough for you to step forward. When you open that gate, you are not just allowing money to flow. You are allowing life to meet you in fullness, to give back to you in the measure you give to yourself. You are saying to the universe, I am ready to live without apology for my desires. From this moment on, whenever you catch yourself speaking the old story, you will pause, you will take a breath, and you will say, with the power of the tongue that Florence Scovel Shinn taught us to honor, that was the old me. I choose a new word, a new truth, a new door, because the truth is, you were never locked out. The sacred gate was always yours to open. And there is a story I must share, one that shows how words can turn that gate into a golden doorway. There was once a traveler who wandered a land where the wind carried the taste of dust. The earth was cracked, thirsty, and unyielding. Nothing grew there but thorns. He carried an empty purse at his side. Its leather was soft from years of handling, but inside there was only the hollow sound of air. Each morning, he woke beneath a sky the color of faded parchment. He would look at the road ahead, a ribbon of stone and shadow, and walk on with the weight of nothing pressing against his ribs. His steps were steady, but inside he carried a quiet ache. It was the ache of someone who believed the world had forgotten him. Along his way, he passed others. Some sat in small circles, whispering about their misfortunes. Some stared at the ground as if waiting for coins to fall from the sky. The traveler listened for a while, but their words were heavy with lack, and as he walked on, their voices seemed to follow him like a faint echo. There is not enough, there is not enough. One evening, as the horizon bled into twilight, he came upon an elder sitting beside a small fire. The flames danced in the wind, and the elder's eyes reflected both light and shadow. Without introduction, the elder spoke. You carry an empty purse, because you have not learned the language. It understands. The traveler frowned. I have no coins to speak of. That is because your tongue has only learned the speech of dust, the elder said. Every word you speak is a seed, but you have been planting stones. The elder drew a circle in the dirt. There is a language that turns barren soil into fields of grain. It is the language of gold, not the metal itself, but the vibration of plenty. When you speak it, your purse will grow heavy, your steps will grow light, and the land will awaken under your feet. The traveler leaned closer. And what are these words? The elder smiled, not with the softness of comfort, but with the sharpness of truth. You must speak as though the abundance you desire is already yours. You must speak with gratitude as though you have just received it. You must let your words hold no space for doubt, for where doubt lives, gold will not stay. That night, the traveler lay beneath the stars and whispered to the empty purse. You are full. You are overflowing. You draw to you what is mine by divine right. His voice trembled at first, for the words felt strange, as if they belonged to someone else. But he kept speaking, over and over. The law of substitution began to stir within him. Every time the old words of lack tried to surface, he replaced them with words of plenty. I walk in a land of harvest. I drink from the river of supply. I am one with the wealth of creation. On the third morning, he noticed the ground beneath his feet was softer. The cracks in the earth were filled with green shoots. By midday, the air no longer tasted of dust, but of rain. His purse began to feel heavier. Though he had seen no coin fall into it, the heaviness came from the truth growing inside him, a truth that could no longer be uprooted. Day by day, the world transformed. The thorns gave way to wildflowers. The barren hills rolled into golden fields of grain that bent under the weight of their abundance, and with each step, his purse seemed to hum against his side, a steady reminder that he was now fluent in the language of gold. When he reached the edge of that land, the traveler turned back to see the path he had walked. It was no longer a ribbon of stone and shadow. It was a golden road, glowing in the light of the sun. Every mile was lined with harvest, and every soul who walked it could feel the change in the air. He knew then that the barren land had never been outside of him. It had always been the reflection of the story he told himself. His empty purse had been the echo of his empty words, and when he changed the language of his tongue, the whole world changed its answer. Now, dear one, listen closely. You are the traveler. The dust you have walked through is not permanent. The fields of your life may have lain bare, but beneath the surface, the soil is alive. It is waiting for your word to wake it. Your language of gold is your willingness to speak abundance into a space that has not yet shown it. It is your choice to say, I am already supplied. My good rushes to me now. I walk the golden path that was prepared for me before time began. Understand this. When your self-talk changes, your atmosphere changes. When your inner dialogue becomes fluent in gratitude, supply, and divine right action, the invisible responds, and the moment you choose to speak from fullness rather than emptiness, you become a living magnet for all that is yours by law. This is not pretense, this is alignment. Florence Scovel Shinn called it acting as though you have already received, not as a game of imagination, but as the truest way to open the silent gate of destiny. The universe is the divine orchestra, and your words are the conductor's baton. If you keep waving it toward scarcity, scarcity will play its song. If you lift it toward abundance, the music will change, and your life will dance to the rhythm of plenty. So I ask you, what have you been speaking into the soil of your days? And more importantly, what will you speak now? Let your prayer be simple, but let it be steady. I am fluent in the language of gold. I plant my words in living soil. My harvest is certain, for it was mine before I asked. Breathe these words. See the purse at your side grow full. See the land around you green and golden. See your own face lit with the joy of knowing you have stepped out of the land of dust forever. You are ready now to speak the words that open your own golden path. There comes a moment on every spiritual journey when truth is no longer something you study, it becomes something you speak. Words are not merely sounds in the air, they are commands to the unseen, codes that unlock the vaults of divine supply. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that the tongue holds the power of life and death, and that the right word, spoken in the right spirit, can move heaven and earth. This moment is that moment for you. Before you speak these sacred words, you must prepare your body as the vessel for their energy. Sit or stand where you can feel stillness surround you. Take your wallet in both hands. Hold it as you would hold something precious, because it is. Let your shoulders open. Let your chest rise. Feel the crown of your head lengthen toward the sky, as if a golden thread connects you to the divine orchestra of supply. Close your eyes for one breath. Inhale slowly, as though drawing in the scent of a garden you have longed to walk through. Hold it for a heartbeat, then exhale as if you are letting go of the last shadow of lack. Every breath now is clearing the space for your new reality. When you are ready, listen to these words and let them move through you. Repeat them with me, exactly as I say them. I am a magnet for divine supply. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. My wallet is always full. My life is always overflowing. Again, I am a magnet for divine supply. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. My wallet is always full. My life is always overflowing. One more time, with the strength of someone who knows they are heard by the universe. I am a magnet for divine supply. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. My wallet is always full. My life is always overflowing. Now, let us unfold the power in each phrase. I am a magnet for divine supply. This is the law of substitution in action. In this moment, you choose to replace the inner narrative of not enough with the certainty of attraction. A magnet does not chase the metal it draws to itself. It simply is, and because of what it is, it attracts. When you speak these words, you are declaring your identity as a being who effortlessly draws wealth from seen and unseen sources. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. This is the law of circulation. In divine mathematics, nothing you give is lost. Money is energy, and energy is always seeking to return to its source in greater measure. To spend in fear is to close the gate of circulation. To spend in trust is to open the riverbanks wide. As you say this phrase, imagine every purchase, every bill, every gift as a seed dropped into fertile soil. Each seed will grow into a harvest far greater than what you planted. My wallet is always full. My life is always overflowing. This is the law of non-resistance. You are no longer arguing with abundance. You are no longer telling life that you can't have what you desire. You are saying, I receive. A full wallet is not only paper and coins, it is a symbol of readiness. And an overflowing life is one where joy, love, and provision spill into every corner without needing permission. Now, as you hold your wallet, visualize with absolute clarity. See your wallet in your hands. See it glowing. Golden light flowing into it like liquid sunlight. Feel its weight increase as if it is already full. See your bank account numbers rising. See bills being paid with ease. See yourself giving generously, without hesitation. Speak the words again. This time, imagine each syllable as a key turning in a lock. With every turn, another door in the unseen realm swings open. I am a magnet for divine supply. See the magnet pulling in streams of wealth from every direction. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. See rivers of return flowing back toward you. My wallet is always full. My life is always overflowing. See yourself walking through your days, pockets heavy with provision, heart light with peace. This is not empty ritual, it is divine technology. The posture, the breath, the repetition, the visualization, these align the conscious and subconscious mind. They send a clear, unwavering signal into the universal field that abundance is your natural state. Do this once a day, every day. Choose a time when you are undisturbed. Morning light is powerful, as is the quiet before sleep. The more consistently you do it, the deeper the words will root in your subconscious, and when they root, they grow. If your mind tries to argue, if it whispers, "This is not true," simply return to the words. The law of substitution allows you to place truth where doubt once lived. You are not required to feel it fully at first. You are only required to speak it faithfully. The feeling will follow the words, as the sun follows the dawn. For those moments when resistance rises, place your wallet in your hands and say softly, "I do not chase, I attract. I do not fear, I receive." These auxiliary affirmations keep the energy clean, the channel open. In time, you will notice subtle changes. Perhaps a refund arrives unexpectedly. Perhaps someone offers to cover costs. Perhaps you receive a payment you forgot was owed to you. These are the first drops of rain on the soil of your belief. Do not dismiss them, celebrate them, for they are the evidence that your sacred words are working. Speak with reverence, but also with joy. You are not begging the universe, you are partnering with it. The divine delights in your prosperity as much as you delight in your own breath. As you continue this practice, you will begin to feel the sacred words in your bones. They will no longer be something you recite, they will be something you embody. Your actions, choices, and energy will start to align naturally with the truth of your abundance, and when that alignment becomes your normal state, you will find that your wallet and your life are indeed always full and overflowing. Let us close this section with a brief, sacred prayer, one you may whisper before or after the ritual. Source of all that is good and true, I open my hands to receive. I open my heart to believe. I open my mouth to speak life. Make me a vessel of your endless supply, that I may give, receive, and live in the overflow. Now, keep your wallet in your hands just a moment longer. Feel gratitude swell in you, as if the fullness you desire is already here. Then, with a slow, deep breath, place it back in its place, not as something empty waiting to be filled, but as something holy, already blessed. You are ready now, ready to make this a daily habit, ready to speak the words until the words become your world. And in the next step of this journey, we will take this power even deeper from the spoken word to the lived reality. Every day is an altar. Every morning is a ceremony waiting for your touch, and if you treat it as such, you will walk through your hours like a sovereign who knows their throne cannot be stolen. We begin with the morning wallet blessing. This is not a ritual of superstition. This is the daily alignment of your mind with the divine current of supply. Place your wallet in both hands the moment you rise, shoulders open, heart lifted, a slow, deep breath in. Feel the weight of it not just as leather or fabric, but as a vessel for every form of provision that flows into your life. Now speak the sacred words. My wallet is a living symbol of infinite supply. Every time I touch it, I touch the abundance of the universe. What leaves returns multiplied. What enters never runs dry. Say them with a voice that believes. Say them until the vibration in your chest feels like the hum of a divine engine. This is the law of substitution at work. You are replacing the morning fog of worry with the golden light of truth. As you breathe out, close your eyes and see it. Visualize your wallet as a small sun, radiating light into every corner of your day. See gold spilling from its seams, flowing like water across the streets you will walk, into the hands you will shake, into the doors that will open before you. This is not fantasy. This is your subconscious blueprinting your reality. Before you leave your home, pause at the threshold, one hand on your wallet, one hand on your heart. Whisper, I am walking into the flow. I cannot be outside of it. This anchors you in the law of non-resistance, flowing with the current rather than against it. Now, there will be moments in your day when the old voice tries to return. You will see something you desire, and hear the shadowed thought, I can't afford this. That is your crossroads. That is the silent gate of destiny. When it appears, you will not fight it. Fighting thought gives it power. You will instead use the law of substitution again. Replace it instantly with, my supply is endless. The channel is open. even if you don't yet know how it will come. Your mind has been shifted from lack to expectancy. Understand this: wealth consciousness is not about the currency in your hand, but about the belief in your soul. It is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows through repetition. So we add the gratitude seal. At day's end, before your eyes close, open a small notebook, your prosperity journal. On a fresh page, write down 3 blessings you received today. They can be financial, a gift, a payment, a discount, or they can be moments of provision, someone covering your coffee, a door opening, a new idea arriving just when you needed it. Write them as if you are engraving them into the universe. Today, I received, and list them. Why? Because gratitude is the language of retention. What you acknowledge with joy, you magnetize to return. Florence Scovel Shinn called it praise, as the harvest call. When you praise the sprout, you invite the full field. This practice: the morning blessing, the visualization, the thought substitution. The gratitude seal is not busy work. It is the weaving of a new inner pattern. Every repetition strengthens the thread until it cannot be torn by fear or circumstance. Some mornings you may feel rushed. Some evenings you may feel tired. But understand this: the times you feel least like doing it are the times the practice works the deepest. Those are the moments you are training your wealth consciousness to stand on its own legs, not on the easy mood of the day. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you water it once, you may see a single bloom, but if you water it daily, in all weather, the roots grow so deep that no drought can touch them. This is how you build your prosperity muscle, not in one great leap, but in faithful, sacred repetition. You will notice small signs first: a forgotten refund appearing, an unexpected meal paid for, the right person showing up with the right opportunity. This is the divine orchestra tuning its instruments, preparing for the symphony of your overflow. Do not dismiss the small beginnings. The same law that governs the drop governs the ocean. The same thought that allows a coin allows a fortune. Each day you anchor wealth consciousness. You are telling the universe, I am available for more. And the universe, hearing the consistency of your tone, responds. Tomorrow morning, when you hold your wallet, feel the lineage of all who have done this work before you: the sages, the teachers, the quiet dreamers who turned dust into gold by speaking life over what they held. You are walking the same golden path, one step at a time, and as you do, your inner voice will change. Where it once echoed with not enough, it will hum with always more. Where it once feared the emptiness, it will now trust the flow. This is the sacred reprogramming. This is the daily sealing of your wealth identity. Now we move toward the final moment, the sealing of all you have spoken, all you have seen, and all you have believed. The moment when the doors of the unseen swing fully open, and you step through, not as a seeker of abundance, but as its living embodiment. You are ready. Take a slow breath in. Feel it expand through your chest, your shoulders, your very being. You are standing now at the sacred threshold, where words become form, and intention becomes destiny. This is not just the closing of a practice. This is the sealing of a covenant between you and the infinite source that has been waiting for you to claim your inheritance. Hold your wallet gently in your hands, as if you were holding a living vessel of blessing. Feel its weight, its texture, its quiet readiness to receive. It has heard your words before, but now, in this moment, it will be consecrated with a final, unshakable declaration. We are about to speak words that are not just sounds in the air. They are spiritual commands that move through the divine orchestra of the unseen, aligning people, opportunities, and abundance in perfect timing. Look at your wallet. See it not as leather or fabric, but as a symbol of your open channel to the universe. You are about to speak with the voice of certainty, with the authority of someone who knows they are backed by the creator of all supply. Now, repeat after me slowly, feeling each syllable vibrate into the marrow of your soul. I am a magnet for divine supply. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. My wallet is always full. My life is always overflowing. Again, with more strength in your voice and more light in your heart, I am a magnet for divine supply. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. My wallet is always full. My life is always overflowing. And now, one final time, with unshakable certainty, as if the whole universe pauses to listen, I am a magnet for divine supply. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. My wallet is always full. My life is always overflowing. Feel the echo of those words wrap around you like a golden cloak. See light pouring into your wallet, not a trickle, but a waterfall of divine provision. See it overflowing effortlessly, without strain, without fear, without doubt. This is the law of non-resistance at work, where you no longer push or chase, but allow the tide of blessing to carry you. Now, I will give you the closing words, words that seal the work, words that declare the shift is complete. The flow has begun. My wallet is blessed. My life is blessed. And so it is. Breathe those words in, as if they were the air that sustains you. Exhale them, as if they were the light that blesses the world through you. See your path ahead shining, obstacles dissolving, and doors swinging open without effort. You have spoken the language of your soul, and the universe has answered. In this moment, wealth consciousness is no longer something you are reaching for. It is something you embody. It moves with you, walks with you, and speaks through you. Every action you take now carries the frequency of abundance. Every purchase you make is a seed sown into a harvest that cannot fail. As this declaration settles into your spirit, know this: the blessing is not in the words alone, but in the belief you carry forward. This is the law of the tongue. Your spoken words have carved a path that your life must now walk. They have been heard in the silent gate of destiny, and nothing can undo what has been spoken in faith. Now, as you feel this energy expanding in you, I invite you to anchor it publicly and powerfully. Type these words in the comments. My wallet is always full. Do it not for me, but for yourself, because each time you declare it, you engrave it deeper into your consciousness. You affirm it not just in private, but in the community of others who walk this same path of prosperity and faith. As you write it, feel your spirit agree. Feel your heart nod in certainty. Feel your mind lock into the truth that lack no longer has a seat at your table. The music fades softly now, golden light surrounding you like a dawn that never ends. You are not stepping away from this moment. You are carrying it with you into every day, every transaction, every thought. The flow has begun. Your wallet is blessed. Your life is blessed. And so it is.